Hey, what's up, YouTube? I gotta really come on and come off because I got something to do at 10 o'clock. I know that Trenzure is on, and I tried to wait, but I really have to do something at 10 o'clock. And I agree with what he is saying. I don't have any qualms whatsoever because it's really not what he says, and I agree. I think everybody has an angle. I think everybody has an agenda, whether good or bad. And so I think that's the big issue. And I agree with what he's saying. I really do. You know, Yusef is where he is because of what he's done. And I'm not excusing that. And I agree that there are people who are in plain sight. Heterosexual, straight, it doesn't matter. And I do agree with him. People talking about they knew something was wrong and all of that. And I don't agree with that because at the end of the day, when stuff like this happens, everybody knew that something went on. But this is where I'm coming from. I do come from a political background, and I am coming for that reason. Because I know as a Black person, people always dismiss our struggle, our pain. Now they're finding out. See, Arab people dismiss Black people's pain until that Muslim ban went in effect. Spanish people dismissed it until that immigration policy went into effect. Then they started sending people home. Asian people got a little taste of it as well. And now white people are getting a taste of, we disregard your pain and what you say and all of this stuff. See, I'm going somewhere with this because we can always dismiss people when we're not those people. You know, we can always say, oh, they're always complaining when it's not you. And so I've heard a lot of people say it's not a gay thing, and that well, why is ODS going through what he's going through right now? Why just 2 days ago somebody called me a PDF? Why do people keep on trying to attach Trezor with his children? So don't tell me that you're doing too much when we see what you're doing. And so, again, as a person who has lived this life, you're not going to sit and dismiss what I have to say. And I said what I said, and I really thought about this situation because I knew that there would be grown folks, but see, it goes beyond grown folks. And, you know, I look at Binary and what he did. And Binary, because you have been in the church, of all people, you should know the shit that goes on, and you should know that people will hide behind that. And see, let me say something to you all. I don't have anything against the church. I just know her. I know her real well. Now, let me say this. I am the church. First of all, I am the temple, but I'm talking about that congregation where the people come. You got all types of people coming in there. And for a person who was over a major congregation, allegedly, you should know better. And so that's why I came out with what I came out with, because at the end of the day, I knew what it was going to be. And let me say something too. People always have something to say until it's their child. Until it's their child. I knew this lady, and she talked about everybody's children. She talked about children being gay, and then her son wound up being gay. And those same people that she came for, she had to come to now because she didn't know what was going on and then how to handle it. And let me say this, you all, we know predatory behavior. When I was in high school, I could not tell you how many pastors with wives was trying to holler, and grown men and women And so, again, some of y'all haven't lived long enough, I guess. I guess that's what it is. So I am not disagreeing with Treasurer Lane, but I am definitely letting you all know that what I said, I meant. I don't care how people try to dismiss it, because that's what we do. We dismiss shit until shit hits us. See, we can easily do that until the shit hits us. And I knew that people were going to take this USEP thing and run with it. People who haven't even been in the beef sector, hadn't even been here. Everybody's finding a way in now, which I think is interesting. And Treasurer was right. It is right in your face. Never know. That's why I keep on saying, and that's why I brought up the Epstein situation and all of that, because again, we as Black people know how people are dismissive and say that, get over it. And we hear this. We hear it all the time. It is no different with this group of people, especially if you Black and gay. And then people are, well, it's not about, yeah. Look, again, I'm looking at the ODS thing. I'm looking at a whole lot of stuff. And how people are trying to put jackets on people. Now, one thing I am going to say is, thank God that the victim didn't get victimized. And it's never been about victim shaming. Now, I'm a little different, because I believe the law is going to do what it needs to do. But I look at all scenarios, and I'm not saying that USEP is right or wrong. I said if you did the crime, you need to do the time. And I'm going to say that again. If you did the crime, you need to do the time. And I don't stray from that. But let me go a little step farther. Let's hypothetically say that USEP gets out. He still has that jacket, and he will not be able to shake that. Period. Even when USEP gets out of jail, if he gets out of jail, he will not be able to live in certain housing. He's not going to be able to get jobs. It's going to be really a tough life for him. It is going to be tough. So again, I'm not saying that the man is right. He's gonna, whatever happens, whether he's found innocent, he's gonna have that jacket on him. It's gonna be some mess. And if he's guilty, even if he serves his time, he's still gonna pay even after he get out of jail. So I am not dismissing that. It's a lot of layers to this. I am glad that Treasurer Lane focused on the victim and those things. I think that is phenomenal. But I focused on what I focused on for a reason. Because I know these boogers. I know how people try to put jackets on folks. Now, USEP wasn't close with me. I'm not dismissing him. I ain't claiming him. I ain't doing nothing, because at the end of the day, first of all, ain't no friends on YouTube. Everybody's a subcontractor, and I come here for my coin. I didn't come here for the emotional appeal and all of that stuff. No. However, has USEP been on my platform? Yes. USEP has always been a little dizzy to me. But again, I seen it. No. Was he aggressive and stuff? Yeah, but we got aggressive people now. I happen to hear Reed, and Reed, I mean, me and Reed will go off at each other once in a while, but Reed is right. How many people have you all allowed to sit here and say ugly, nasty stuff about people and their children and all of that stuff, and then y'all act like it's cute? And what I mean by y'all is some of these other people, and I'm not saying the whole YouTube beef sector. You never heard me talk about anybody's kids. I don't play with people's kids. I don't do that. I don't. But there are some people who are still around who have said some just vile stuff about people's children. We have seen some vile actions, and people just sit over there and support. Mm-hmm. Let me tell y'all something. This is why this is business to me. This is why I keep it business. I keep this emotional shit. Look, I'm not your therapist. I will tell you something, but at the end of the day, I'm always going to say you need to go somebody who got a HIPAA agreement so you can sue them and they have to keep your. I don't have to keep secrets. I don't have to keep shit. I'm here because this is business. But I'm not, I'm not nobody uncle. I'm not whatever. Gays or not. We done had gays get cracked up in the head. It looked real bad. But that ain't me. That ain't my ministry. That ain't my testimony. It looked real bad. But I gotta remember, it's some women up here who get beat too. I mean, so what I'm saying is, it's not only in our community, but people will act like we're the only one doing stuff. Like people say, ooh, that's vile and all of that stuff. But yet, women be popping up these children and be having 5 and 6 children with these men. And nobody don't have nothing to say about that. And I think that's vile because you're hunching without no condom. And now you're bringing other lives into this and a whole lot of stuff. See, again, we always looking at one group of people instead of looking at humanity in general. Humanity in general. And I think that's where I'm coming from. So I heard a little bit of Binary's commentary, but Binary, you got me fucked up. You got me wrong, and I cannot understand somebody who's been over a major evangelical church if you really were over one and didn't see all of this silliness and stupidness. And I just look at you with the side eye because at the end of the day, you being two ethnic groups, Asian and Black, okay? No sir. No sir. I don't know what rock you live under, but I did exactly what I did for a reason. Now, everybody have a reason for what they do, but I did mine for a reason. And again, Black people, we have seen now how everybody is realizing that what we were saying was right all along. See, it ain't important to you until it happens to you. Suck it up, Black people. Oh, we want everybody to help us now because they have a Muslim ban. Or they sending the people back to Mexico and Venezuela, and they was here working and they U.S. citizens, but y'all discriminating because how we look. Well, Black people been telling you that all along. All along. Period. Period. What I am saying is shit happens in all groups if you don't get it. And it has everything to do with the Yusef shit. Because somebody will take what he did and marginalize and paint a whole group of people. I don't give a hell what y'all say. This is my take. And I don't have to think like you, but this is my take. And I'm going to hold my take because that's how I think. And I don't give a damn how you think, but this is how I think. I agree with what Billy Boy said. Y'all talking about something, I knew it. I know you ain't know shit. Because if you knew shit, you would have been handling the shit and what other people have said. People have said stuff and nasty stuff. And y'all ain't do shit about it, and y'all didn't know nothing about that either. Y'all, it just kills me. These post prophets, pre prophets tell you already. Post prophets will wait till stuff happen and then want to say something. Now, I am glad that the victim was not victimized. I said what I said about Yusef, and I think that he's going to pay a price if he's found guilty. And even if he get out of jail, he still got a price to pay. That's just the real of it. I am glad that the person has not been harmed. I ain't never said it was a gray area. You ain't never hear me say that. But what I am saying is I know that people lost. Do you not know black people lost their lives because somebody painted people with a broad brush? And you don't think that people who same gender going to do that? Let me tell y'all something. Y'all better start looking at the oppressed. And I'm saying this for a reason. Because some of y'all going to pop up and have gay grandchildren, gay nieces and nephews. And you're going to really find out what those folk, our folk, have to go through on a daily basis. Just because I love a man, that don't mean I am not a man. I'm just being real with it. So that's all I'm saying, you all. I'm not saying what Treasure said was wrong, and it's not even an argument against him. I'm coming up here because I got something to do in a couple of minutes, and I just really wanted to say what I need to say before I have to go in. But I think people always trying to make something of somebody. Oh, this is political. That's not. No, it is political. It is political. Ain't no different than when black people hold their breath wishing that I hope that ain't nobody black, because they know other folk will hold a whole race to it. And the same thing white people have done to black people, not all white people, but a great deal of them have done to black people, we'll do to other folk. We will sit right there and do the same thing. And all I'm saying is it is not orientation, but behavior. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. I have worked in the school system. I have seen some shit that will shake your head. And as a mandated reporter at that time, you know, it's hard. It is hard when you know that somebody has a master's degree in education and a wife and they doing shit, and you gotta, because you mandated. You would be surprised. So it's not like we don't know. Okay, I worked in a high school. Let me give y'all even an example. Even in my high school, in 1988, we had a band director, and he wound up marrying the majorette, the baton twirler. Soon as she got out of high school, you couldn't tell me that he wasn't grooming that girl. And he did the same thing at his old job, but his wife happened to die of cancer. And he was a dickhead, but he sure could get a band together. Oh, he was a white male. I'm just trying to say predators come in all shapes and sizes, people. Predators are not, they can be fat, they can be skinny, they could be poor, they could be wealthy. That's why I kept on bringing the Epstein and all of this stuff. And I'm just saying. Now, women do it. I've seen female teachers date these little boys. I've seen it, you all. So what you better do is protect your kids, whether people are gay, straight, or what have you. And that's what I'm trying to say today. So, yeah, predators can be other kids as well. Exactly. How many high school kids have been caught doing something with y'all? See, it's a behavior, you all. It's a behavior. And I'm saying be alert. Be alert. Be alert. Have communications with your kids. Now, here, black people, not all black people, but black people, allow your children to communicate with you and stop. Because some of these kids want to tell you, but y'all don't have no communication. People scared. You know, I look at a lot of stuff, you all. Diamond, it's a lot of people. And like I said, you don't have to like what I said. I said what I said. I don't give a damn who likes it. I have been here for 55 freaking years. And I have been in this community and black and now older. And you keep on living. But I meant what I said. And you can say it ain't political, like hell it is. That's just like somebody white telling you, well, black people, it ain't political, like hell it is. Somebody gerrymandering your state and they disenfranchising all the black and brown people, and they telling you to get over it. Now, I'm saying this because, again, look at what ODS is going through right now and what they're trying to cast on him. They done tried to cast that PDF file on Spill It Boy Treasure Lane so many times. I mean, I'm going through this, you all, because I wouldn't be saying it if I didn't know it. And that's all I'm saying. Now, how you handle your stuff is how you handle your stuff, and I'm fine with that. First of all, he's in jail. He's going to get his just process, and he's gonna get due process, because everybody is entitled to due process in the United States. You just don't have a right to say you guilty and take somebody out. There is due process. After his due process, if he is found innocent, he's still gonna have a hard road to climb, because now he got that jacket on. If that man is found guilty, he's going to jail. And he's going to pay even more when he gets out, because he's going to register everywhere he goes. And he will not be able to live where he wants. He will not be able to work where he wants. So he's going to pay for the rest of his life. See, I'm well aware of that. I am not oblivious to that fact. I am well aware of that. But there are other implications that spawn among this. Okay, with tornadoes, baby, there's lightning, there's hail, and other funnel off that tornado. I hope y'all get what I'm saying. Because, honey, just because that there's a hurricane, tornadoes spawn off of hurricanes. Flooding so what I'm saying is it's just not the hurricane. And can I tell you, it's not the eye that takes people out. It's the rain and the flooding, and it's the tornadoes and the wind that will kill people in a hurricane. So what I'm saying is, yeah, we got a hurricane, but there are other things that spawn off that hurricane that can cause people damage. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. No goalpost ain't been moved. Ain't no goalpost been moved. The goalpost is this person tried to seduce a underage person allegedly to get with them. That person got caught. That person went to jail. The victim hopefully didn't get violated. That's that right there. And so it's not right, and it's called due process. That's number one. Okay, but now there are implications around this. Because in our sector, we know what people try to do and how people try to spin it. And like I said, a hurricane is not all by itself. It has thunder, it has lightning, it has hail, it has flooding, and it spawns tornadoes. So there are other things that go along with that hurricane. And now the stuff that people are seeing, those are the things that go along. But what gets me is the people talking about, I knew all along. I knew all along. No. You got a whole lady showing her coochie with an autistic child. Child, let me move on. You got people saying they're going to put peens in folks' mouths and y'all think it's cute. Okay. All right. Did y'all know that all along? Okay. You see where I'm going with this? Huh. You see where I'm going with this? all of these prophets, all of these prophets. Now, am I saying what he is alleged to do is right? Hell no. But I'm saying that these folk are phony, and people are popping up and doing the most. We ain't seen them since 2 days in June. Now here they are, and they know everything on everything. Oh, see, this is why I don't respect fly by nights. We come on in. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you how some of these people are in the beef sector. They too scared to stay here because they don't want to get doxxed. They don't want to really do the work. It's like we don't want to go to funeral because we don't want to deal with the pain of the funeral, but we want to come to the repast and eat the chicken. And that's why I don't deal. This is why I don't even respond to some of these hoes. Y'all talking about beefing 313. I don't even respond to that hoe because all she do is come to the repast. That hoe ain't come to the funeral. She ain't go to the wake. Okay. She wasn't there for the insurance to see if mama fume can be paid for. That hoe just come to the repast. I don't have no respect for that. I don't have time for these repast hoes. I said it. And there's a lot of other people. Now, let me say this. What Yusuf did or alleged to do is wrong. And that's what I'm going to say. But I don't have to come together for shit. You know why? At the end of the day, this is for a coin and this is business. I hate to put it that way, but this is business. A lot of y'all fucked up. A lot of y'all fucked up. And it's deeper stuff. Some of y'all beating the hell out of y'all children. And that's some predatory shit and y'all need to go to jail. Hoes beating the hell out of dogs. We done seen hoes beat the hell out of each other. Child, y'all better get up. Huh? Now, it is definitely wrong when a child is involved because they cannot defend themselves. And I see that. But I said what I said. I meant what I said. I am not blaming the victim, but I'm saying that we need to get up these causes for a whole lot of stuff. There's a whole lot of stuff that's going on, and y'all letting sneak by. Honey, they repass hoes. And I'm saying that's why I don't deal with beefing 313. Don't see him until some major happen. Don't go to the wake. Don't go to the funeral. Don't come to the choir rehearsal. But the hoe want to be at the repast to eat the chicken. I don't respect that shit. I don't respect that shit. And by nerdy, I am damn political. You damn right. And as a dual minority, you should understand. So I'm telling it like I want to. And I don't even get mad. I just listen to y'all. I'm like, oh, okay, then that's how you really feel. Here this man is over a church. You know all of that mess in church happens. And let me say this too, by nerdy. You talking about something you knew that you self was crazy, but when you and your wife swingers, huh? Didn't y'all used to do strange things? I'm just wondering because again, you's a pastor and you, okay, let me drink my coffee on that. I don't hate you, but you got all of this discernment. Why you ain't at your church no more? Why you ain't at your church no more? Why you ain't a preacher no more? Excuse me. Okay. I'm just asking. No. Well, that concerns consent. I'm just saying, like James said, hiding in plain sight. hiding in plain sight. And like I said what I said. I don't give a damn if you like it or not. I don't give a damn. Nobody ain't victim shaming. I believe what James said is wrong. Nobody should be messing with kids. I think I've stated that quite frankly, but I am saying what I'm saying today. And if you don't like it, that's your problem. I don't give two shits about it. I meant what I said. I am political on this because again, people have tried to put jacks on it. And see, let me say it again. I'm going to say it again. It ain't important to you until it happens to you. That's why I tell y'all this all the time. It's not important to you until it happens to you. It ain't important to you until it happens to you. Now, I'm passionate about Black issues. I'm passionate about LGBTQIA issues, and you ain't gonna do shit about it because I'm passionate about it. Children's right as well. I had to deal with folk in foster care systems, and it ain't cute. I don't wish foster care on nobody because it's a lot of mess in that system too. All I'm saying is keep your eyes open and do what you got to do. And I agree with Spilly Boy. It's wrong. Now, I'm not distancing myself from Yusef. I bought some seasonings from Yusef, but me and Yusef didn't pop up on my channel a great deal. So, I mean, it is what it is. I ain't hard on no straight Black man. I ain't hard on nobody. That's a lie. It just intrigued me that straight Black men are so intrigued with me, and yet they should be intrigued with women, but yet they intrigued with what I'm doing. See, you don't like it because straight Black men have a lot of babies and they pop these babies out. And y'all want to talk about the debauchery of gay men, but nobody ever talks about these straight men having all of these children not taken care of them. Not all, but a great deal. No one ever talks about, all of this and these girls like the R. Kellys of the world and all of that stuff. See, it's easy to do that with the gay men. But when you call people out on their shit, then you being hard on them. A hoe is a hoe, period. A hoe don't have no gender either. They're just a hoe. But I'm going to call it out. And if you feel that way, I'm sorry. But I know a lot of good straight men. And I don't say all, but there are some. I'm just saying. So you can say what you want. So I'm not disagreeing with Frazier Lane, but I do have my viewpoint, and it is what it is. It is. It ain't about it to you, but it's about it to me. Because again, y'all talking about it ain't about gay men and why gay men are getting a jacket. Why people coming for, again, ODS again? See, I'm looking at y'all and I'm listening to y'all. Fuck y'all. That's just like saying, oh, Black people, get over it. Fuck y'all. Fuck you. Now, it ain't about that to you, but it's about that to me. And let me say this, having to be gay, because some of y'all ain't, I know what people do. Now, if you mad because I said fuck you, then take your ass and leave. But I meant what I said, and you ain't going to do shit about it. I meant what I said. I meant every word of what I said. Because at the end of the day, you ain't lived this life. At the end of the day, again, it's bad enough in some of our communities where it's tough enough when you don't have parents who don't communicate. But then it's bad enough when church folk hide predators as well. Oh, yes, they do. Not all, but some. And if you don't believe it, look at Dawson Speaks. Look at Dawson Speaks. That's a good indication right there. Go look at Dawson Speaks. So if you say that I don't know what victims go through, you's a lie and the truth ain't in you. Go watch Dawson Speaks. When Jimmy Battle was touched and he came out, baby, them church people lashed against him. Look at Eddie Long and what happened. I knew one of those little boys. I taught one of those little boys, and I had a chance to talk to his mama. And that what these one gay men, according to her. So again, if you ain't walked in my shoes, because I can't speak for women's issues, because I haven't walked in y'all's shoes. So I have to defer. So again, you can have your opinion, and your opinion is fine here, but I have mine. And I said what I said for a reason, and I'm not apologizing. I said what I said for a reason. And maybe this Yusef thing has brought about a conversation that we should have been having a long time ago. Black people, listen to your children. Black people, have dialogue with your children and tell them, and stop telling them to shut up and go in the room and this is grown people talk. Maybe your children got something to tell you and you ain't listening. And that's all I'm saying about that. You don't have to like it. You don't have to like it. Now, I said what I said about Yusef. And this is why I said I wasn't trying to be first. And that's why I was laughing, because, again, I'm looking at this thing from different vantage points. I'm not sitting here looking at it at one dimension. Like I said, you all, when I lived in Florida, a hurricane meant that you're going to get flooding, you're going to get hail, you're going to get lightning, it's going to spawn tornadoes. So it was just not the hurricane that was the problem. It was the things that went around that hurricane that caused problem. And the same thing here. Yes, youth theft and what he is alleged to do to that underage person is the eye. It is the eye. It is the eye. But baby, but around the eye is tornadoes, flooding, and all of that stuff that's around it. I'm not lost on that. I know what the foundation is. But I'm sorry, I think a little different. That's all. And I know gay don't make you PDF, and that's why I'm saying PDF can be anyone. And let me tell y'all something. I hate to say it, and y'all gonna be mad again. I'm gonna say it, but y'all remember, church is the worst place. How many Catholic priests have been reassigned so they can do it all over again? And see, we look at the Catholic Church, but how many Kojic preachers you done seen implicated? How many? It's not only in the Catholic Church, it's the church, period. And I don't have nothing against the church. I love the church, but that don't mean you can't be critical. That don't mean you can't see what's wrong with it. I'm just being real. So don't sit up here and talk about something, but you don't know. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Been here for a long time, did a lot of living, traveled to a lot of places, seen a lot of things. And again, I'm not beating up the church. It is just real. And again, this is how we get brainwashed. Touch not my anointed, do my prophet no harm. No, the prophet can't do you no harm either, boo. It goes both ways. Don't harm the people, and the people won't harm you. Okay? I'm just being real with it. All I'm saying is this thing is like a hurricane. There is an eye wall that spawns everything. Now, don't mess with children. First of all, let's not mess with anybody who don't want to be messed with, whether they are consenting age or not. If somebody says no, leave them alone. Know the law. Stop bothering people. Yusef is going to be judged by let me say this, he has a right to due process. I don't care what y'all say, the man has a right to due process. He is going to get his due process. Either way, he's already convicted. Either way, his life is going to be drastically changed. Period. The victim, I am just glad that that person didn't get, because I ain't see nowhere in that report where something happened or any actions happened. Thank God. What does this teach us? Watch out for your children. They had predators way back before social media. I'm sure we had predators in my neighborhood, because you know what the old people used to say? She said, you see that house over there? Don't you go over to that house. They must have knew what was going on over there at that house. Or we had neighborhood watch in my neighborhood. Yes, we did. So did. So I am not anti-victim, but I am pro due process. And what's going to happen is going to happen. Period. So I want to get that straight. But now I do deal with political stuff, because I do know what people try to do. I do know what people try to do. I do know that people try to put jackets on folk. We've seen it in this sector. Now Yusef is just like Jeffrey Epstein. Nobody don't want to be associated with him now. He won't be said that he would no. You know, and that's subjective to me, because Yusef was like, okay, I'm coming down to the beef sector for my summer vacation, then I'm gonna go back up and do what I wanted to do. I didn't think that Yusef was full-time beef sector. Has he been here? Yes. Will I call him beef sector? He been here, but you know, okay. But some people think he is. Whatever. Okay, whatever. But now we see all of these people pop out of nowhere. They ain't been here for a while. And like I said, I am tired of these repass hoes. It just reminds me of a funeral. You don't go to the funeral. You don't go to the wake. You don't help prepare the body. You don't go visit the family, but you want to eat the chicken at the repass. And that's how I look at Beefing 313. You don't see that hoe nowhere. That hoe scared of everything. That hoe don't want to be doxxed. Honey, she don't want to do no work at all. But then she want to come over here and reap some benefits. That's a repass hoe. Don't want to go to the funeral. Don't want to deal with the grief. Don't want to help the family. But then want to eat the chicken and the sliced ham. Ho, get out my face. That's why I don't even pay attention to him. That's why I don't even get focused on him like that. So that's what I say in the end of the day. That's what I say. So anyway, it don't matter. Who beef sector? In who beef sector? I'm trying to figure out who, but you know, like I said, that's subjective. Some people may say yes, some people say no. No. If Simply Trade would come back, Simply Trade was truly beef sector. He paid his dues. Oh, he paid his dues. There are some people who I'm like, okay, some people, you know, they can't hack it and they leave and they go, and then they just come back when it's convenient for them. Yeah, he's just a repass holder to me. And that's why I don't watch him. That's why I don't respond to him, because why? So that's my thing. So y'all, I said what I said. I just want to be clear. Yes, I am political. I am political. You always trying to make this about gay. Well, let's stop making people PDF files who happen to be gay. And if you all would do that, then we wouldn't have this issue. But we know y'all works. We know y'all works. We know y'all works. So at the end of the day, I come in and I say what I say. You may not like it. And that's the thing. We look at things from different vantage points, and I do what I got to do. Just like telling black people, oh, get over it. You're just uber sensitive about stuff until they take your behind out of the country and deport you, and you a U.S. citizen. And then you want everybody to see, that's the thing. Until it happens to you, people okay when folk doxing, and then until they get doxed, and then when they get doxed, they want everybody to stop everything to help them out. But yet you thought it was cute when other people were getting doxed. See, this is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Yeah. It's not important to you until it happens to you. Not important to you until it happens to you. And I keep on saying that, and I will say that. So anyway, I enjoyed Treasure Lane's take on this because some of the stuff he said, I agree with. Now, I do believe in due process. It's no gray area, but we got to give people due process. We just can't say you guilty and throw away the key. No, we got to make sure you're guilty, and we're going to give you the right to due process. You even have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you. And if you don't have a lawyer, you'll be appointed a court. Maybe we give people rights. This is why I have problems with Trump blowing up ships. Because, okay, if those people are guilty, don't they have a right to due process? See, this is what I'm trying to say. So if Yusef is guilty, baby, if he's guilty, he's going to be guilty. That's all. Ain't no gray area. That's just black and white. Innocent or guilty. But you got to have due process. Well, the child is going to get due process in court. Nobody is not. See, you all don't understand. You all let your emotions run this shit. Your emotions don't have nothing to do with the law. The law is going to be the law. Because if we did stuff on emotions, half of us black folk would be dead because people already have some emotional intent about us. And this is why the law is the law. And this is why the law should be blind. It's not always, but this is why it should be. And the child is going to get due process because if he's guilty, he's going to be guilty. That's it. But you just can't convict folk because of XYZ. Got due process. So again, nobody ain't victim shaming. I think that is the worst thing you can get caught up into, but we're going to see what happens. And people may not agree with me on that, and that's fine. That's fine. But it ain't no different from street justice. That's why I tell people, this street justice is going to get you in jail. Because, baby, U.S. law don't recognize street justice. That's why I tell people, you better stop coming over people's houses and stuff, because, baby, that street justice is going to get you locked up. The law is for the lawless. And that's real. That's real. And let me say this. This is why I understand that people who got a lot to lose, baby, let me tell you something. I ain't running up on nobody. The only time that I will even defend myself is in self-defense. If somebody comes up to me. But, baby, I'm not looking to do anything to anybody. Because, baby, I got a lot to lose and I got a lot to live for. And jail is not my ministry, except when I'm going to minister to those who are in jail. That is it. So, yeah, I'm just being honest about that. So, but yeah, I know I said a lot today, and I know a lot of people may not agree, but maybe people got a right to due process. And I knew something was wrong with him. So you discerning pedophilia? Okay. Now, most people who can discern that, maybe because they are that, some people can discern what they are. Ooh, Jesus, don't get me started. Oh, Lord, I shouldn't even say that. That's a word right there. Most people who can clock somebody's T usually can clock it because they're doing the same thing. See, this is why, and I'm not, I ain't saying that the people who said they knew that, but this is why you better watch what you're saying. This is why you better think about what you're saying. Because when you can clock that kind of shit, what experience do you have with it? Now, I knew he was a little weird and eccentric, but I didn't clock no PDF file. Watch what you're saying. I knew you ain't no shit. Because if you knew shit, then I'm like, well, how did you know it? Do you carry them same tendencies? This is why I knew he was gay all along. How you know? Ooh, some people be telling on themselves, Jesus. So anyway, ain't no goalpost over here has been moved. The eye of the storm, and I use the hurricane analogy. The eye of the storm is what was done, what was allegedly done. You are trying to lure a minor, don't know if it's male or female or not, but trying to lure a minor with indecent intent. That's the goalpost. That is wrong right there. That is wrong right there. Let me say this to you, Monroe. The Bible says you know in part, you prophesy in part. So when you know in detail and not in part, I question that. I question that. Because you know in part and you prophesy in part. Child, y'all better get some scripture. This is why I do what I do. Because see, honey, girls will get you all wrapped up. Even a prophet prophesy in part. Some of this is experience. Some of this because I done did some of this. You know in part, you prophesy in part. That's scripture. So all I'm saying to you all is that's the litmus right there. It was wrong. There was a victim. But you have an eye wall. You have rains, a band of rain. You have lightning. You have flooding. You have tornadoes that are spun, all because of that. That's right. The prophet don't know everything. That's why it killed me when people know all of your life, but yet theirs toe up. They knew this about you, but they didn't see their husband was cheating. Girl, this is why I tell you, but see, this is what I tell people. But anyway, it is what it is. I don't play with God. God play with me. And how you see God is not how I see God. And thank God I'm not in that. I don't have to. And see, that's the problem. A lot of you all in this groupthink mess and y'all in these cultic like churches where you can't be you. I'm sorry. I'm me. And I don't get caught up in y'all mess. Hey, let me say this. Hey. You notice that y'all have not spoken on the sympathy level of these people who say they was going to put peen in children's mouths. When have you spoken on that? When have you spoken on some stuff where these people say, I want y'all to go to the Treacies and the Ken Nolas, and I want y'all to confront them. My sympathy is the due process. That's my sympathy. But I don't owe you shit. This is a show. And I've given my opinion. That's what I got to say. So, hey, go to those people who talk about children and doing egregious things to children, and you go and you talk to them. You better get out my face with that shit. You better get out my face with that shit. Talking about some empathy. I don't know the child. But hopefully the child gets due process. That's what I hope. That's what I hope. No. It's the due process. And you're not going to guilt me because of your shit. It's the due process. And you never had me victim shame. I just said, thank God that he didn't get to the child. But you hear what you want to hear. And I don't give a damn how you feel. Now you go to those people who talk about putting peens in children's mouth and all of that. Go to Uppity and all of them people. Start a petition since you so about to cheer it. Number one, let me say this. I'm not the United Negro College Fund. I'm not Feed the Children. I'm not Hope for Malawi. I'm Jay Wilson doing the show with his opinion. It may not be what you want to hear, but this is why this is my platform. You have not heard me once come after anybody's children. You have not heard me once attack a child on my show. Not once. Not once. But if it triggers you, then do something about it, damn it. If it triggers you, then get in something that's going to help children. If it's going to, because you sitting here telling me about this ain't doing shit for the children. You sitting here telling me you don't have no, get in a children's group, get in an advocacy group, damn it. So if this makes you mad, damn it, then do something about it this new year. Do something about it. Because sitting here telling me ain't doing shit. Do something about it. I don't want to be mean, but I meant what I said. Do something about it. Do something about it. Telling me about my empathy ain't what you doing? What you doing about it? What you doing? Because I come over here and I have a show. I tell y'all what I'm about. Y'all know from jump what I'm about. So anyway, y'all, I ain't being mean, but I'm just being real today. I am political. You may not like it, but I am. Because I see what's going on. Ain't no goalpost moved here. We know the story. We know that what's happening, but I'm here to deal with the goalposts and the things around the goalposts. I'm here to deal with the bleachers. I'm here to deal with the parking lot. Anything that has to deal with that stadium, I'm here for it, baby. From the field and the goalposts to the end zone, to the bleachers, to the concession stands, all the way to the parking lot. So, yeah. But I know what a goal is. I know where the goalposts are. Okay? So anyway, it is what it is, you all. Kimmy, she sure do. I like I said, baby, these people ain't gonna worry me none with this fake empathy. Whatever. So anyway, but I just want to be clear. Yes, I came up here for political stuff. I came up here because I knew what was gonna happen. I didn't even care if I was first, second, or third, and all of that junk. That didn't matter to me. I really had something to say, and I think that this needs to spawn a bigger conversation. Why aren't we communicating with our kids? Ask yourself your question. And this is what I want to get. Ask yourself this question. Are your children, your nieces and nephews, open to come to you and talk to you about anything? And if they don't want to talk to you about anything, and why are they afraid? Have you made it a safe space for your children or your little ones to talk to you about anything? How are you raising your kids? No. Because again, see, hey, you don't know me. And you know what? I don't think you listen, hey. I really do think you got me fucked up. Because, hey, I just told you that I was a high school teacher. And I said, it is so difficult to have to report somebody who has 3 kids and married, but you know that they are messing around with a high school student and you have to report them. Did you not hear me say that? Oh, did you not hear me say that? So I would hate for a violation. So let me say this. Hey, a violated child has come to me. And that's what I had to do. So what are you saying to me again? Oh, you don't know me. So I think you need to step back. I think you need to step back. I think you need to step back because you don't know me. So if you would listen and stop trying to be a keyboard gangster, and if you would go back, you would hear that I said that. So don't sit up here and try to pass judgment on me and try to paint me out. You don't know me. Now I do know that people trying to put jackets on folks. So again, yeah, I just gotta be very clear with people because they think they know you and they are like, oh, you don't know me. Huh? At all. I said what I said. I know y'all gonna hate, but y'all can hate. I meant what I said. I sure did. I would hate for somebody to have, but somebody has come to me. And that's how we had to handle it. And was it a difficult situation? Yes. But I did what I had to do. Next, what else you got? All of this fake outrage. You got people in this sector saying the most egregious stuff, and you sit right up in their platform day to day, sit there and eating that mess up, and then all of a sudden y'all want to get religious. Y'all wants to get religious. So anyway, no goalposts have been moved here. No goalposts have been moved here. I'm just being real. Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Baby, I don't need no mods. I'm good. Nobody don't have to agree with me, baby. I agree with myself. Baby, I don't need no amen corner. Right is right by itself, boo. So whether they're mods or not, it don't really matter to me. I said what I said, and I don't take it back. And I add more to it before I take away. I don't care about no ushers, baby. I don't look. I don't dictate to my ushers. They have the freedom to be here or not. I ain't paying them. They come over here because they like hanging over here. So I don't care about what y'all think. Have I ever cared about what y'all think? See, that's what age will do to you because age will say, I don't give a damn what you think. Never have. So anyway, you all, and let me say this. I agree with Spiller Boy, aka Treasure Lane, aka James. But I have a little bit more, not to say a little bit more focus, but I do look at things politically. I do look at what people try to do. And for a binary to try to dismiss it like it ain't, no, that's just like trying to dismiss black people when they've been saying we've been discriminated for years. And then when people go through discrimination, then they understand what black people are saying. It is what it is. Well, Mark's child is grown. What are you trying to say? And I don't deal with ifs. The harsh reality is Mark's child is grown. Next. You don't sound stupid. Again, everybody's entitled to due process. I don't care what you say. That's just the law. Well, I'm getting ready to leave. Love me, hate me, don't give a damn. You'll get over it. But, yep. I said what I said. You may not like it, but it's all good. Pay my squat in the Lord. But hold on. So when did I say that so if you harm a child, I don't care about your rights? Well, Trish, you may feel that way, but that's not the law book. And like I said, you can feel whatever you want to, but due process is due process. And even though I think the act is despicable, people have a right to due process. Too many black people have been killed and lynched and all of this stuff because they didn't get due process. And that includes black children who couldn't speak for themselves. So if we don't want that to happen to our people, then why do we want that to happen to anybody else? We don't deal in vigilantism. We don't deal with that. Anyway, y'all use emotional intelligence and stop being emotional. Emotion is going to get our people killed. You got to be cool-headed. You got to think. You got to think, boo. Anyway, I got to go because I got something to do. But anyway, I ain't mad at nobody. Keep your eyes open. Protect the children. Do what you got to do. I really don't give a damn about what these people think because I haven't said anything wrong. No goalposts have been moved. We know the foundation of the situation, but I'm dealing with the after effects of it. Period. It ain't about who did it first, second, or third. I give shit about that. I don't know why people trying to make that a big deal. Because what I said then, I'm still saying now. And it is definitely a horrible situation. But parents, you need to start being more. You need to communicate with your children more. Your children should be open to tell you anything and everything. Anything and everything. We need to start looking out for things. And this is because it's always a lesson learned. I am serious about due process. I don't give a damn how you feel. You go over there and somebody do something to your child and you take them out and see if your ass don't go to jail. So again, yeah, I'm serious about due process. And you never heard me once say what Yusef was accused of doing was right. You never heard me defending Yusef saying that I said if he did the crime, he need to do the time. But the man has a right to due process, whether you like the situation or not. Okay. With that said, God bless you. Now you going over here and stop and start doing stuff to people and see if you don't go to jail with them. You'll be right in that jail cell with them. All right, y'all. Love y'all to life. I'll be back on later on. Peace and love. Bye.